So, came in for work the other day and I was sitting here and it just going round and round and round in my head, why doesn't that timer work? And it was starting to do my nutting, so I decided to have a look at how some actual Proconn games initialize things. And I've got my ROM for quickshot here. And I noticed something straight off the bat. With quickshot, the timer's initialized first. See, if you look here, this is the very first line it executes. The start of the ROM's got to jump to here. We initialize the stack pointer, index register. We go off somewhere else for a second, but then we come back here. And there it's there. So within the first couple of instructions, we're initializing the timer. This is the address for the CTC here, 00FEH. 2FEH is the second timer, 1FEH is the third timer, 3FEH is the fourth timer. So it loads these values into memory, then it jumps off to here, comes back, loads them in, jumps off to here, comes back, loads them in, jumps off to here. So what I'm thinking, could it be something to do with the way I've initialized the timer, the CTC, because in my program, I'm just initializing it when I need it, but maybe that doesn't work. Maybe it needs to be initialized right at the very start, right after reset. And then you just leave it running and call it when you need it. So I wonder. I had a look further down the code, and what this does is it initializes all the timers. It enables the interrupts, but then it changes the timers as it needs them. Whereas what I was trying, it leaves the interrupts on. What I was trying to do was have the timer running all the time and disable and enable the interrupts when I need them. I don't think that's going to work. I think it works in the emulator, because the emulator doesn't emulate the full chip, if you know what I mean. It emulates the rules and truth tables of the chip, so that the outputs do what they're expected to do, determined by what their inputs are, if you know what I mean. I'm confusing myself slightly here, but never mind. I always try and do these videos after night shifts and they always come out with the same result. I confuse myself. But anyways, so I was saying, emulators don't emulate the full thing, they don't emulate the full circuit, they emulate the rules and truth tables, the chips, so that they mimic the behaviour of the real thing, if you know what I mean. Which means that sometimes, a good friend has this collection, by the way, which means that sometimes you'll see things happen on the emulator that won't happen on the real thing. So, what I'm going to try and do, let me see if I can find, let's see if I can find the interrupt initializer. Yeah, there it's there. Where? Yeah, right here. Sets the interrupt base address, sets the vector, interrupt mode 2, enables the interrupts and just leaves them running all the time. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to set it up exactly like that. I'm going to set it up, enable the interrupts on mode 2 and just leave them running, and then change the time constants in the timers so they stop unless I need them. Right, I don't know how well this is going to come out. It's taken a wee bit of work to figure this out. But finally, we've got the interrupt. Just put it back up there again. And we get back on that pin. Let's see if I can get... Give me a second, sometimes it won't. This is too tricky to do with one hand. Now watch again. I'm in myself at the minute, I don't have anybody to help me, but watch the scope. I'm on pin 12 for the interrupt. And there she is. Give me a second. And there's the interrupt test. And finally it picks up the timer. Finally. And because of a little... we'll just leave it running at the minute. Watch that. This is Proconn 86, by the way. This is for 1986 and it works on this, so it should work on all Proconns. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit excited. Finally got it working! Watch the scope! Oh, that's a good feeling. This is the quickshot, by the way. I'll show it off at some point. Yes, I'm running this in a full cabinet. All you need to do to run it in a full cabinet is take out the lamps and digit fuse and disconnect the meters and the slides. Or you can leave them connected. All it does is it pulses the meters and the slides. But yeah, she works. She works.